Hi, welcome back everyone, and welcome to round 6 of day 5. And we're heading into the round where fatigue is going to start taking out these baddies, and looking at it, yeah, this is a done deal. So let's start with 1 fatigue off everybody. That's enough to kill the kobold already. And I think all I'm going to do is try and collect some bones. He's going to be dead next turn, so I'm going to collect 1 bone. He's not attacking. Next turn comes, I'm going to collect another bone. In fact, I won't even get that far because he's going to die next turn. Which brings me down to 3 health. Okay, we've managed to see through this encounter. And yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I can only apologise for the number of times I recut it, but there you go, that's it. We've played everything right. Stick with this video, stick with these rules, and you can't go wrong. Let's check our rewards now. We've won the battle. We get 1 experience, 1 training point rather, and we get a trove loot. We get 1 progress, 1 more training, and a regular loot. Pretty sweet, huh? Training wise, I'd like to take a dex so that I can do some more damage, but maybe I should take some defense as well. I'm going to get 2 training. Yeah, let's increase our dex for the first one. Okay, and then we take our trove loot. Now I don't get to look at this because it's locked. At the end of our turn in the recovery phase, I can try and break this lock. Let's keep this to one side. Alright, next up. Notice my innate doesn't work, treasure seeker. This isn't regular loot, this is trove loot. 1 progress, 1 more training, 1 loot. Let's take that progress first. This is good, this is taking up to Shellfist. We now have the 6 progress we need to take on the tyrant next time if we wish. 1 more training and 1 loot. Let's take our loot first and see what that gives us. Treasure seeker means I get to look at 1 extra one. A throwing axe and a fortunate discovery. Throwing axe is good. During our turn I can roll 1 attack dice and deal its damage. It's got 2 uses. Pretty mean. Fortunate discovery means we get another consumable. I might actually take that consumable because that might help us open the trove loot. I'm going to take the scrambler and we'll discard this one. This is an instant, so that goes as well. Okay, interesting then. Let's take our extra training point. Yeah, I think I'm going to up my defense because we need it. We need it for Nugget. Another skill dice would be good, but next time maybe. Let's see, let's try and up our defense. We've got 2 defense, we rolled 2 dice. Whoops, there, attack dice. 2 defense. Oh, 1 bone, I need to re-roll. I'm looking for anything other than a bone. Okay, we're good. Now if I had failed, and this is a 101 rule change, I think. If I did fail, I could actually use that training point to do something else. As it goes, we're good. So I've now got 3 defense. I'm feeling much happier about this next encounter. Right, rest and recovery. I'm going to recover. And I can do a lockpicking attempt as well. So you can rest and recover and make a lockpicking attempt. Let's do it. So rest and recover. Heal our HP up to full. Make a lockpicking attempt. Excellent. Here's our lockpicking dice. This is going to be quite tough. It's a 4-4-4. And you'll see stats like T for trip, F for force, and L for lever. This trove loot is a 4-4-4. 4 lever, 4 trip, 4 force. We do get to roll our intuition die. Let me show you how this works. We start by rolling our dice. We're looking first. We have to go from left to right. We're looking for 4 lever first. Now, if you look at your dice, the brown dice has 1 T, 2 Fs, 3 Ls. So we're looking for this die as primarily the lever die. We're going to roll our intuition die, and this is going to give us different abilities to modify the dice. Alright, I'll show you that in a second. Let's roll and see. Okay, we got 1 lever, 1 F, 2 T, and this says we can give one of our action dice a +1, and we don't have to exhaust it, because every time we use one of these dice it's going to be exhausted. Now remember, we're looking for a 4L, a 4 lever. Our lever die didn't come through for us. It landed on a T. So what I'm actually going to do is use my reflex powder, which has 2 uses. I'm going to turn it 1 click down. I can use this for lock picking, it says so in the text. I'm going to re-roll this die. Okay, it's a 1L. Not good. So we've got 1L, 2L, possibly 3L. We're looking for 4L. This is no good at all. Right, reflex powder once more. I need at least a 2L here. Okay, I got my 2L. Right, 2L plus 1L, that's 3L. And I can add 1. That'll give us 4L. And I'm going to add it to this die here, which says I don't have to exhaust this die. Alright, so I'm going to exhaust this one. We've got our 4L. We've used up our reflex powder. Let's trash that. And we get to unlock the first line here running to this lever. So what we do is on our gear lock mat, we line this up with this spot here. Okay, this shows that this one's now unlocked. On a subsequent turn, we see we don't have to do this all in one go. On a subsequent round, a subsequent day, we can have another go and go for the trip. But as it goes, we've still got 2 dice left, and we're looking for our 4 trip. This is a tough ask, but let's see what happens. Okay, we've got 1 trip, 2 lever, and this intuition die. Okay, I'm looking for 4 trip. I've got 1. This die here says I can turn any one of my dice into one of the other types. So I could turn this lever into a trip or a 4, so I could turn this trip into a lever or a 4. So I'm looking for 4 trip. So I could turn that into 2 trip. That's +1, that's 3 trip. Still not enough. So unfortunately, I failed. My lockpick attempt ends there. This is why my scrambler's really going to help me. This is going to be a tough thing to open, but hopefully there's something good on the other side. Scrambler, I'm not ready to use that yet. I'm going to save that until I think the last one, the force. I'm trying to get us out of a tight situation. So keep an eye, I'll come to that later. As it goes, we've reached the end of day 5. We're going to clock into day 6 and choose our next encounter. Now we have a choice. We've got the progress points we need to face the tyrant. We can choose to face the tyrant instead of our next encounter, but I want to have another crack at this trove loot. I want to push on before I face Molmesh. I'm going to face the next encounter. Wish me luck. We've been invited for dinner. Wakey wakey little critter, a deep voice bellows, as a putrid stench fills my nose and mouth. I cough and spit to gain my breath, but the air is thick with the smell of rotten fruit, or worse. Something pokes my side and I start to swing. Swing? Why am I swinging? The question forces my eyes open. Everything is upside down and swaying uneasily. I look up and see nothing but green grass. Gaining my senses, I'm frighteningly aware that I am bound and hanging, legs lashed to a tree branch. Below me is a boiling pot. Beside it stand 2 troll mules, currently fighting over what to add to their stew. Gearlock stew. Oh my. Okay, let's see. Do we pick our locks and escape and make a lockpick attempt? Or do we trick the trolls? Well, let's try and escape, shall we? It says make a lockpick attempt on a 3F 2L lock, and I escape with some loot, which is not my own. If I'm successful, I'll discard all my current loot and draw 2 new loot. If I fail to pick both parts to the lock, remove 2 HP and take the other choice. Okay, let's go for it then. So we've got to do a lockpick attempt on a 3F 2L lock. Happy with that. Okay, let's roll our dice. We know what to do now. Okay, I've got 2F, I'm looking for 3. I've got a 3L and a 2L, right? They don't help. But I got this one. Convert. So I could turn the lever die into a 3F. Now that's a risk, because this is the main lever die and I need 2L next. I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Exhaust this one. I'm looking for 2L off these 2 dice. Okay. Shame I don't have my reflex powder. Okay, we did it, We've got another convert. So I can turn that 2T into a 2L. And yeah, we're good. We've broken through the lock that binds us. Incidentally, there's one more side here, which is this one, and which is a reroll. And if we pick this one, we can actually re-roll the intuition die with it. Alright, but pick 1 dice and re-roll it. Okay, we succeeded. That means we get, let's see, if successful, discard all your current loot, we don't have any, and draw 2 new. Okay, so 2 new, and I've got intuition, I've got my innate treasure seeker, so I get to draw 3 and keep 2. Let's see, what do we get? We've got flare distraction. Before battle, reduce your total points, baddie points by 3. Mechanical assistance, increase your dex by 3. Last battle stew. Oh, nice. I'm going to take these 2, I think. Last battle stew and flare distraction. I think these 2 are going to help me on this final battle. Alright, let's do it. We get 1 progress, which we don't need, and 1 more training point. Well, I fancy taking out some skill die here. My dex is 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 attack and defense between them. And the dex might be good, but dash might be good. This increases your movement, so I can run around the map a lot more. Or Tinkered Bollow actually reduces, kind of hamstrings enemies. I might take this one. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bollow, or Bolo. We should already be at full health, rest and recovered. So now let's try this lockpick attempt. I think I'm ready to throw the scrambler in here as well. I want to make sure I get that trip. If we fail at the first hurdle, there's no point carrying on. So let's throw it in there. Let's see if we can't get that 4 trip. So it's a consumable. I'm going to get to use it once. And what do we have? Not good. We're looking for 4 trip. We don't have any T's at all here. I've got a re-roll and a converts. So the L might help, because I could go to 3 trip. Yeah, I'm going to re-roll. Well, this is the trip die. I need force next. I'm going to re-roll this one. Let's see what happens. 3F. Nope, no good. And I've got another re-roll. Let's re-roll this one, because this one does have a. No, this is the. This has got 3T on it. Let's re-roll this one. Bad decision. Made lucky. Alright, we're not doing well here, are we? Alright, we're going to convert this. That's a good roll, actually. We can convert that from a 3L to a 4L, and then do the save +1. So we'll call that 3T4T. And it doesn't exhaust. Awesome. This does exhaust, however. And that's a really good roll because I've unlocked 2 and I've got all 3 dice left to try and get this 4-4. So it's not easy and I haven't got any tricks up my sleeve. Look out for Nugget's Locksmith die. That one's really going to help you. Comes after combat proficiency. Incidentally, one thing I hadn't mentioned is if you do fail on the first lockpick attempt of the day, whether that's lever, trip or force, do get a second shot. So you can afford to fail once on each trove loop, each round, but if you fail a second time then that's it. Once you're past the first one, you fail on the second or third, again you don't get a second chance. So yeah, they've given you this kind of exception on the first lock, you get 2 chances at it. Alright, let's go for our 4 force. And yes, we got it. We don't even need another roll. 3F plus 1F. We've opened this bad boy. Excellent. Okay, let's see what we get. Whoa, a shoulder-mounted rock slinger. A permanence. It looks awesome. What does it do? It says roll 1 attack die immediately after being attacked by a ranged baddie and apply damage to that baddie. It lacks the sophistication of archery, but I'll deal with it. That's it then. We've ended day 6 and I'm feeling pretty good. Incidentally, we've got free loot. There's a limit of 4 and some really good attacking stuff to help us with that final battle. See you next time.